Hey, ladies and gents, it's Iztwiz coming to you with a review of the Mythic Legion's King Bromdenn Ironjaw action figure. Let's start out with his bio. King Bromdenn Ironjaw. The Dwarven kingdom of Ironhold has long prospered by transforming the metals of the Grayvein caverns into masterfully crafted weapons, while their neighbors, the cave goblins of Gobhollow, made their fortunes by trading on the cavern's wealth of jewels and gems. They are two of Mythoss's richest and most incompatible kingdoms, working side by side in a volatile but highly efficient balance. Seeing an opportunity to expand his fortunes, the once noble King Bromdenn has put his righteousness aside, and along with King Noglin is steering the cavern kingdoms toward a new and dangerous deal with Gorgo Aetherblade that could lead to either a new beginning or a bitter end for his people. King Bromdenn Ironjaw. Once noble, but no longer heroic, but perhaps just trying to do what he feels is best for his people. All right, folks. I've said it before and I've said it again. The dwarves are not my favorites. But then when I get them in hand, all my feelings change. And everything changes because these dwarves are so kick butt. I mean, they're so kick butt that I think I may have to stop saying that I don't like dwarves that much or that dwarves aren't my favorite, because they are becoming one of my favorites. I'm starting to see the appeal of these guys. I've liked other dwarves in the line. And then every time I get a new one, I'm like, oh, this is the best one. And I just marvel at the Four Horsemen's ability to get me to continually sort of change my mind, or just to be so fickle with my affections, right? Like, oh, this is the coolest one. Check this dwarf out. And then there's another one comes along. Oh, now this is my favorite one. Like, how can they all? Is it just because the phenomenon of the new and the shiny, or what? But I'm going to have to say that King Bromdenn is my favorite one now. Why? Well, I mean, just look at him. First of all, he's a king. He's, got this regal, noble bearing. He has the most magnificent beard of all the dwarves. And it's just, intricately braided all the way down. Congrats to his hairdresser or whoever it is that does that for him. And it's manly and it's magnificent and it's red. I mean, I can't look at that beard. I mean, that who wouldn't want a beard like that? It's an inspiration for all of us that, have facial hair. And then these very, very cool ornaments that are in the beard also just really, really enhance that. And then he's got a crown, which is removable, but he looks pissed off if you remove it. Like he's mad about it. Like he's going to smash you with his warhammer. Okay, I'm going to risk this. I mean, he's not going to be too happy about it, but there. That's what he looks like without his helmet, which is not bad. It's still, I mean, he's a good looking guy. He's got a nicely shaped head and everything. So he doesn't got any bumps or anything on it. But obviously a king, in my estimation, should have his crown, and King Bromdenn is no exception. And look at that. You know, it's where it needs to be. Look at the crown. Look at how intricately sculpted all these little details are. Kudos to whoever designed the crown. It's very cool. You know, you got to push it in there nice and snug. Let me see. I see his fur here coming up a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do is tuck it back there and put it under the pauldron. Then he has this cape, which I put on, which is too long. And I often wonder, if you're a king and you want a long cape and you want it to drag on the ground, you know, or you want somebody to hold it for you, I think that's part of the, you know, privileges of being a king. You can just dirty your cape up, walk all over the place, and somebody else has to clean it up for you. And then you're not going to be doing much in the way of, I don't know, running around and getting it snagged on stuff, since you're probably going to be walking marbled halls and the halls of power or whatever. But you know what? If you think that the cape is too long, you can just cut it off, or you can configure it in such a way so that it's not that long and it doesn't, you know, go that far. You know, maybe his because he's got the same cape as everybody else, but he's short. So is it by design? I don't know. So he's a king, but he also kicks butt, because look, he's got this gold and black sword. Everything about him is gold and black, and that is cool. So he's got this sword. He's got this gold and black, very, very cool axe, right? And then he comes with this alternate head here, which is also very cool. It's color coordinated with it's got brown, gold, and black, and it's got that cool like dragon on the top. But I mean, honestly, who is going to take King Bromdenn and take his head off and replace it with this? The only way I would do that is if I had two, and I don't have two, but if I had two, then I would pop alternate head on there. But you know what? King Bromdenn's head and his so magnificent that I can't ever see replacing it with anything. I just want to keep him like he is right there. Okay. Now we've seen this shield before in the Dwarven weapons pack, and I think he came with another figure. I think it was with the Dwarf Legion builder. It's got that interesting feature where you can actually pop this off, and I imagine that there are going to be other discs with other designs that the Four Horsemen are going to put out that you could switch or interchange them. I haven't looked at the weapons pack yet, but it's a very, very cool shield. I like the way it's painted. I don't know if that's King Bromdenn or one of his ancestors there that he's got on the shield, but it's very, very nice, and it's nice and sturdy, and it comes with this shield handle as well. Like I said, I don't know if there are other discs already in the weapons pack that you can mix and match yet, but I'll be looking forward to examining that feature as soon as that happens. King Bromdenn also comes with this warhammer, which it looks like it could also be like a ceremonial type staff. And it's got these little pokies on the bottom, for lack of a better word. So it's a hammer that you can smack people with, and then if you want, I guess you could take the butt end of it and you could poke them with it. So let me show you some other special things about King Bromdenn. He's got this under fur, like underlayment, which to me is awesome, because it's almost like this guy is so macho that even his beard has a beard. but you know, having that fur, it's nicely to scale, and it looks like he's wearing some sort of you know, just he's got a fur, not a coat, but like not a sarape, but some whatever the dwarven equivalent of that is, just like something to keep him warm over his armor, and it just gives him some nice texture and some nice personality. The soft goods, it's really done really well, and it just makes him come to life. I just love the way it looks and the way it, you know, works. And I've been futzing around with it a bit because I wanted to get his weapons belt on there, but I wanted it to be under the underfur underlayment. So I've been futzing around with it, and it's holding up well. I don't see any sort of shedding of the fur or anything. Very cool. And just having like these like stray hairs like pop out everywhere. You know, it just really gives him a verisimilitude, and it's very true to life. So anyway, what more can I say about King Bromdenn? He's just the coolest dwarf. He's the coolest dwarf, and it's his beard, and it's the fact that he's a king, and he's got this massive crown on, and he's got this fur piece. He's just really, really, really awesome. So I don't know what else can I say. That's is the whiz, and that's it for my review of King Bromdenn. Is the whiz signing out.